Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and first of all, I want to thank all of the new subscribers. I guess I haven't paid attention in a long time because I've got a bunch more now. So thank you to everybody new. I really appreciate being here and watching, and thank you. I thank you to everybody who shared and all of that too. Anyway, okay, so now this is part of my monthly series, and I'm going to keep bringing the camera because it's in a weird spot for some reason. So this is part of the series where I work with a crystal for an entire month, and then I tell you what I learned, what I liked, what I didn't like, all that. Now, remember, this is my experience with this particular crystal. Your experience may be totally different, and also remember that don't always depend on a crystal for help. Use it to like amplify and assist other advice. Remember that, especially with medical stuff. So for June 2025, I chose fluorite. And I know when I was in my last video for this series, I said I wasn't sure if I was going to stick with the Rainbow Fluorite for the full month, or if I was going to like switch to my purple or my yellow. I stuck with the rainbow all month just because I wasn't expecting the experience I had. So if you remember, I am choosing crystals right now that I have a bunch of in the collection that I bought a year ago, so that when we finally get our house and I can unpack all of those crystals, I know what to do with them. So I know what parts of the house to put fluorite, what parts of the house not to put fluorite, stuff like that. Had to take an air conditioner break. Should have warned you, it's really hot today. This video is probably going to be very choppy because it's hot. So when I do these videos, I try to tell you why they're in my collection to begin with. And honestly, I was thinking about this, I don't think I've actually bought fluorite. I think as an individual crystal. Like this, I'm pretty sure was a free gift from Bliss Crystals. This, I think I may have bought this one, but I'm not positive. I can't remember for sure. I think it came with something though. But all the fluorite I've had, like I've got a bunch in that big collection, but it came with that big collection. And I've got several smaller pieces that have come with like a kit type thing, or like bought my abalone shell and a piece came with it or something like that, or I bought a one of those kits where somebody puts together crystals for like anxiety or sleep or something. And then, no wait, I've got some rough purple fluorite that I did buy for crystal grids, and then the yellow pieces were all free gifts from Bliss Crystals. So I have bought some, but not very much. Everything else has come with it. And up until this point, I didn't feel much when I would like mess or hold fluorite. You know, sometimes you pick up a crystal and you're like, oh wow, we're gonna do stuff. And then sometimes you pick up crystals, you're like, oh no, we're just gonna chill. And then you pick up crystals and it's like, nothing's going on. And I always felt like fluorite was that nothing's going on for me. But I'll get to that. So like the first week I wasn't really feeling much, and then I read my research on it, and I started realizing that it was doing a lot more than I thought. So, um, and now normally I read like some properties and I tell you how that worked out for me or if it worked out for me. This time I'm going to read all the properties and then kind of go over like I'm going to go over what happened just because like it what I experienced kind of involved all the properties. So, let me read these real quick. Fluorite can help guide you from a state of anxiety to tranquility. It neutralizes all the negativity around you, helps flourish under pressure of chaos, helps your mind and spirit. Keeps your sorry, keeps your mind and spirit solid even around toxic people. Manipulators will find it difficult to control you. It's natural calming, de-stressing, and focusing. Helps with memory. It's a protection crystal. Helps with stress relief. It's grounding. Helps with concentration. Helps with organization. And it stabilizes energy. Okay. So, all that. I used to keep, I can't remember which piece. It's one of these two pieces. I used to keep on my, I think it was this piece actually. And this is the piece I carried, and it's a little bigger than I like to carry, and, oops, sorry, that was really loud. It reminded me why I like the smaller pieces, because this was a little heavy. It's not a very heavy crystal, but it was a little heavy and a little big and a little awkward to put in my little bag that I carry, but I definitely wouldn't want to go any bigger than this, but this got me, I could get through the month. So anyway, I used to keep this piece on my desk at work. I worked at a medical office for that, pretty much all those reasons. Keep the negativity away, keep the manipulators from messing with me, the concentration, organization, guide from state of anxiety to tranquility. It was a good crystal to have on my desk at work. And I guess I really didn't realize how good it was until now. It definitely did help. I had a bunch of crystals on my desk at work though, so it was kind of hard to individually say what each one did though. Now, it's very common. I see a lot of posts in like Facebook groups and stuff for waitresses to carry fluorite. I've seen a lot of posts about waitresses carrying it, and I totally understand why now after working with it for a month. It would be a great crystal for a waitress. So if you are a waitress and want to know like a good crystal to carry, if you can only carry one, I highly recommend a fluorite crystal. Now a lot of them like to carry points or wands, like even bigger than this point or tower, and I think you need to stick with something similar, because I also see that they're always breaking, dropping them and stuff. So anyway, it's your preference though. So in June I participated in Summer from Astaria's Ends, Finding the Fae tag, and I think the fluorite helped. Now I wouldn't consider fluorite a fake crystal that I would use every time I work with them, but I think it worked great for helping me learn about them, learn how to work with them, figuring out my pendulum and charms, communication stuff, all that, getting to know them kind of stuff, and them getting to know me stuff, you know, all that stuff. To me, working with the Fae, there's a lot of like mental work. I don't know exactly. It's not how it sounds. I don't know how to explain it. There was a lot going on in my head, I guess is what it was. And I think the fluorite helped stabilize that, um, organize it, keep me grounded, you know, just kept me from kind of chilling out, not getting worked up about something, not worrying about something. You know, um I've been trying to do my regular weekly crystal videos plus an extra video for the face stuff. Now I needed to after I'm a little behind. Well, by the time you watch this, I should be caught up. But like week 3 video isn't done yet as of right now. Hopefully it's posted by the time you're watching this video though. But so I just, for some reason, I felt like I still needed to do my regular crystal videos plus that because it was something different. And I needed to keep up on my crystal stuff. And I'm glad I did. It was exhausting. I don't know, people that do more than one video a week all the time, you people are amazing. I would love to do that. It was fun. In my current setup, it was exhausting. But anyway, I was nervous and excited, and I think carrying the fluorite helped just kind of chill me out a little bit, stabilize, and just kind of organize it and keep my energy from just going crazy. Also, June, it heated up here in Oklahoma. We've had 3 record-breaking months of rain, and we started off, I think finally June stabilized. I don't think we actually hit the monthly record, but we started off strong. So it was humid, so humid. And which meant I spent a lot more time inside my box with the AC. And being inside so much, especially in our camper, it kind of affects me. I get kind of anxious and claustrophobic, and I don't know what to do about it because if I go outside, it's too flippin' hot. But being inside makes me stir crazy. I think the fluorite kind of helped with that. Another thing that happened in June was I got my very first ear infection ever. I am in my mid-40s, never had one. My siblings both had them all the time. I have not gone a long time without ear infection. And it's so annoying. I now understand why when kids get them or when dogs get them, they mess with their ears so much, because I am constantly messing with my ear. It's plugged, it's annoying, it hurts, and it's messing with my claustrophobia and my mood, and you know, like I've said before, I feel like I'm in a box being in the camper all day, but then when one ear is plugged, and it just kind of makes everything feel smaller. And even when I'm out in public, I get anxious because, for one, I can't hear out of one ear, and if I can, it's kind of muffled, like it is right now. And it's making me edgy. I feel a little crazy and angry, but I was able to handle it better, I think, having the fluorite. It kind of, when I would recognize it more as what I think happened. And so I would recognize what was going on and oh, it's okay. It's just a plugged ear. Kids handle this all the time. You can do this too. So, I think fluorite, you know, I went from not thinking I had a connection to it to it's now when things are overwhelming, it's a chill out crystal. Now, one thing, so when I was doing my notes, I kind of started my notes last week, and so I've been working with it for another week, and I kind of realized that I don't think it's a daily carry piece for me. I think it's more of a when I'm stressed and overwhelmed and things are just crazy and claustrophobic-y and all that, that um, that I can carry fluorite until I get through that. I don't think fluorite, kind of like, okay, like garden quartz. If you watch that video, you remember me saying that it felt very heavy, and it was definitely not a daily carry crystal because it felt heavy, like you have carrying a heavy backpack. Fluorite is almost too light, but also too chill. Like there were times that I needed to get upset about something, or I needed to be stressed about something to get something done, or to get through something, and I was just like, it's okay, it'll pass, or it'll get done. How do I explain it? It made me too chilled out. And sometimes you need to be, well, I need to be stressed to get something done. Like right now I have, so there's this video, I have 4 videos I need to get done, and I've been kind of putting it off and just like, it'll get done, it'll be fine. And then I started thinking about, oh crap, I gotta get those 4 videos recorded, but then I also have to edit those 4 videos. And because I can't figure out how to get my camera, that also, I'm like, it'll be fine. I can't figure out how to make the files smaller on this camera. So it takes forever to upload into my editing program, and then it takes forever for it to export it, and then it takes forever for it to upload on YouTube. But I'm just like, it's fine. It works. I can get all that done. It just takes forever. I need to be stressed out about that, so I'll figure out my camera to figure out why I can't get it to record a smaller file size, and then for some reason my editing program also won't make it a smaller file size, and then YouTube, it takes forever to upload it. So I need to get stressed out about that, but I'm not. And that's frustrating. I'm just like, it's fine, it works, it'll be okay. So it's amazing chill crystal. So if there are times that I'm just overwhelmed and just feeling like I need to chill, I'm gonna pull out fluorite. And I think when I go to place fluorite, I gotta be careful about where I place it, because you would think it'd be a good place to put in like a work area, which I will definitely, because I think it worked great when I had in my job that I worked in the office. It was great for that. But I think having too much in an area like my editing and recording area, I got to make sure I don't have too much, because I need that little bit of stress to keep me going and keep me on task. And right now my chill factor is just not getting anything done. I'm not being very productive about this. And there's a sink full of dishes, and I'm just like, it's fine. We've got plenty of clean ones. And no, they're in my way. I need to get them done. So, like I said, when I'm just overly mentally feel crazy and stimulated and stuff, I will grab the fluorite now. But I think I'll just carry it for the time I need it, and then once I'm back into like a normal, what's the word, status, then I'll put it away and we'll be fine. But I think for as much fluorite as I have in that collection, I think it's gonna need spread out. I don't think having it in one area is gonna be a good idea. I think rooms will have fluorite, and that's probably the safest. Okay, so if you have any questions about fluorite, the rainbow fluorite specifically, and you can see it's rainbowy because called rainbow because you got blues and purples and greens, and there's purple. I think I've even got a piece that's got, you can actually see the yellow in it. So if you got any questions about rainbow fluorite specifically, put those in the comments. And if you have any experiences with fluorite, tell me those too, because I love hearing your experiences with them. I love hearing everybody else's experiences with these crystals, but especially ones like this where it was kind of a surprise to me how well I worked good with it, because I've gone years not, grabbing it, or I do have it like in a travel bag. I had it on my desk at work. I have used it, just not specifically really focused on it. So if you are a big fluorite lover, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. So now July, if you remember in my last new crystals video, I got this amazing piece of tumbled obsidian from Crystal Eyes, which is a new store. I'm going to be going there soon. I really need that angel light bracelet and a few other things. And so I'm so excited to have a local store now that I can go pick up crystals and hold them and see them, and I'm so excited. There's several pieces of black obsidian in that collection I bought, and I selling one piece. There's a nine-tailed fox. I'm not really big into nine-tailed foxes, so that one I'm gonna sell. And then there's a skull, an amazing sphere, and I think there's a tower too. I'll put the picture. No, I'm not gonna put it in this one because I put that picture in. But I have some gold sheen small pieces, but I wanted the just plain black obsidian because to me it felt different, and I'm excited. So July I will be working with obsidian, so you'll see I'll tell you in August how July went, and I'm excited. Black tourmaline is my daily carry protection crystal, and I'm excited because this definitely feels different. Just holding it here, it feels different than black tourmaline, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. So if you work with obsidian, put your comments down in the comments, please, because I want to hear other people's experiences with it and see how it differs from mine, and maybe tell other people in next month's budget video. So that's it for fluorite, and I'm going to start working with obsidian, and I will see you next time.